Hey, welcome to Travel Tuesday Happy Hour, where we interview dope people doing dope things with one thing in common, the love for travel. We have a great guest lined up. Grab a drink, stay tuned. What's going on, travel fam? If you ever thought about starting a podcast, check out Anchor. Anchor is free. Anchor will provide you tools to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast to multiple streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. Everything you need right in one app. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Me? Perfect.
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Adina. I'm Waku. I'm an educator. I'm based out in North Carolina, live in Durham. Right now, I'm in Greensboro at my parents' house during this quarantine, but hopefully I'll be back in Durham soon. What I have in my cup is a little bit of everything. It's like a kind of like a kitchen sink mixed drink.
So, you are from North Carolina. You guys do that weird stuff where you mix everything in one cup. Oh, I'm just joking.
I mean, it's just like sangria, a shot of gin, like some ginger ale and stuff like that. So nothing too big.
Oh, okay. So that's not really the kitchen sink now, but it's all good. So tell us, what got you into traveling in the first place?
Well, I can say my first big travel experience was going to Ghana. That's where my family's from. I just remember my mom, I was young, I was like 5. So my mom was saying, oh, we're going to Ghana, this place called Ghana. I haven't heard of this place, but we're going to Ghana and you're going to your grandma's house. And then like a couple weeks later, all I remember is I went to the hairdresser, got my hair done. And then the next day we got dressed up and we went to the airport, and it was just a journey to go to Ghana. And it was just different. I think to me, because I was so young, I just adjusted so quickly. So ever since then, I just knew that, okay, yes, I'm an American, but there's a world around me. So I've always been the person who wanted to explore different cultures and like travel different places. So I'd be the kid who go to the library. I wouldn't get like Harry Potter or those sort of books. I would pull books about like Italy. I would pull books about India and Ghana and Nigeria, and I'd be reading those all day. That was the type of person I was. But I guess, so that really got me to traveling. Besides Ghana, of course, you know, I travel a lot with my family. So we went to Canada. That was an interesting trip too, because you know, I went to go visit my cousin, and I'm thinking, okay, he's a black man in Canada. He must be a pod person. And it's going to be cold. We went to it was going to be cold. But I go there, and I was completely shocked because it's so many people around the world who live in Canada, and it's hot. So, you know, that's just, you know, be interested in different cultures. Of course, you know, I studied abroad. I went to Australia. It was okay.
Nice.
Australia itself was beautiful, but as a black person living there,
not so much so.
Not so much so.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, you know, again, like going different places. Like, you know, I've been to Mexico, going to cruises, go to different places. Been to Jamaica, Dominican Republic. So,
nice. So you got a nice little list there. Now, your first time going to Canada, and I'm not sure if you felt this. Did you felt like you were in some type of like bizarro world? Like your cousin looks like you almost could, like, you know, for me, going to other countries, the craziest part of seeing someone that looks like you, but speak a completely different language. And that was for me going to Canada. Like my first trip to Canada to visit family, you know, Creole and French, by contrary belief, are not the same language, right? So anyone that thinks it's the same language, they're not. And then there's Canadian French and everybody else is French, right? And I just couldn't understand a thing that they were saying, which was so weird to me because you go to, you know, you go to Puerto Rico, you go to Cuba, you go you see people our same complexion, same facial
Mm-hmm.
features, and they're speaking a completely different language. And that's something that I definitely thought was dope when I travel, seeing people that looks like me and realizing that like although we are the same, we're also different, which is kind of the cool part about it, right?
Right. I would say not so much in Canada because where my cousin lived, he lives in Toronto, so that's mostly
Okay.
English and stuff.
Right.
But you still saw the different cultures. But I will say, when I went to the Dominican Republic, that
Mm-hmm.
was a experience itself because you literally had people my complexion, some people darker, and they spoke nothing but Spanish. And I was
Right.
like, wow, like you would never see that. Like I've never really experienced that before because it's like yes, like people fail to realize is that, we might have the same complexion, we might even have the same hairstyle, but we're from
Mm-hmm.
two completely different worlds. And so I have experienced that. And I'm glad, like, me traveling and being exposed to different cultures has broadened my eyes because people think, like, oh, everybody's the same. And culturally, you have to do this, but you got to realize that everybody comes from different walks of life. And just because we
I
look
agree.
alike, doesn't mean we're exactly alike, but it doesn't mean that we can't, unite. But it just means that, we got to learn from each other. So, distance and ourselves from each other.
That's dope. So, what keeps you traveling? Like, what I know as a child you were like more trying to learn about different countries, but like today, like is it still the same fire, the same desire to learn about other countries, or is it something else? I mean, I know as a teacher you're just trying to get out, right?
Right.
But besides that, what are some other things that keeps you traveling?
Wow. I guess what keeps me traveling is that kind of desire to learn different cultures and stuff, but to also explore the unknown. So I'm the type of person like, okay, we can go to the beach and stuff like that, but I want to visit. If I go to another country, I want to visit that like unknown place, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that people talk about or that you read about, like something that's it's kind of strange for me, but that I've always wanted to do is like I want to go to those places where the borders meet. So like
Gotcha.
the border between like one big border is between like hold on, like Germany and Belgium, I think. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like in the middle of a town. And I
Mm.
just want to stand in the middle of the town. Like, go to those unique places where the borders meet or go to those interesting places, meet those people that you don't might not see on the media. So go to those unknown places. So that's really what keeps me traveling as well. And and just for the experience. And just it's like I said, I'm kind of weird, kind of strange if you don't know. But something about me, I like going to the airport. It's something
You
about
just
going to
like
the
the
air.
airport.
I like the airport. It kind of gives me like a a high because it's like you hear like you see like the different places where people are going, and then
Mm-hmm.
you just get to be on the plane and stuff like that. It's just
Uh,
quite
so
interesting to me.
so you
So
definitely so since it gives you a high, you're definitely jonesing right now, right? Because considering following up to my next question, how has the coronavirus kind of impacted you? You know what I
oh
mean? Like since you get
gosh.
your high from going to the airport, then how are you getting your high today? Hopefully not sniffing anything, but
No,
you
no,
know.
no, no, no. I'm at home. I can't do that. No, but gosh, what has the coronavirus done? One of the things it's impacted me was because, like, from recently going to Ghana,
Hmm.
I want to share my experience because a lot of people had asked me about that. Um, I was going to have a big event in Durham where I think I was going to invite you. I
Yep,
think
yep.
Tiz, Alexis, a lot of people,
Alexis, yep.
Alita, a lot of people, and just talk about their experience in Ghana. And I was going to have a really, really big event about that and invite the community and stuff. And I was planning that, but due to the coronavirus, we obviously can't do that. And travel wise, I wasn't quite sure. I wanted to go back to Ghana, but or definitely check out some deals. But again, this coronavirus has kind of put a halt to it, and it teaches you that life will come at you unexpectedly. So you definitely plan for life, but also know that things can also happen, and you have to learn to adapt to it as well. So
That's what's up. That's what's up. So now I've asked every guest this. What is a tip that you think you would give the novice traveler, the beginner, on, preparing for travel or even traveling in general? What's a
Okay.
tip that you think that you wish somebody told you when you were starting your travels?
Well, I would say this. I have like a book of things to do. I was thinking about this today as I was preparing to talk to you. First things first, get a passport. A passport might be like, $200 and stuff like that. That might be a lot to somebody, but save up each day. Let's say, okay, every day for 40 days, I'm gonna save $5. 4 times 5, yeah, $40. So I'm gonna save up every day to buy the passport. Once you get your passport, it lasts 10 years. So that's a fee that you don't have to worry about for the next 10 years.
I
You know?
agree.
And then also, you know, I would start for the novice travel who wants to travel outside the US, do something like a cruise. Go on a cruise because you can go to many countries and stuff. So go on a cruise and stuff. And ways, because I was in a group, say, I don't have that money. I don't have the money. Just save. And I'm going to post this up on my link. There's a place where you can just put in money from your checking account like every day. And then you can withdraw it anytime you want to, but kind of have like a virtual piggy bank, And then also, one of the ways, because I'm a broke teacher, so I ain't got no money. And one way that helped me go to Ghana was that it's a few things. One thing was that go to those websites like asaptickets.com. It's a great website. They have agents that will work with you and they will get you the best price. And then you can pay for, I'm not sure, have you heard of Affirm?
Yes, I have heard of Firm.
Affirm is a great thing because you can pay your ticket in installments. So like every month, certain amount is due, but then you can also pay a little bit more. You can. So that's a good tip. And then if you need to make some extra money, like I tell you, I'm a straight hustler. So one of the things that I do is that, I told you before, I do Uber and Lyft. So that helped me a lot paying for Ghana too. So doing those side jobs, get that $100 there, $100 there, and you're constantly saving up to go on that trip that you want to. And plan early. Please plan early. Do not wait till last minute because those prices will go up. And I know one of your guests.
I know you said a book. We're gonna subscribe to a small number of tips right now.
I know. I talk a mile a minute, babe. You know that.
Listen. But no, I think that's one of the most valuable tips that our guests have given, right? We've gotten tips to start travel. Just leave your city, leave your town.
Yeah.
You don't even have to leave the state. Just leave the town. I like the idea about taking a cruise. That was one of my little cheat codes to get me to my 40, right?
Yep.
And then the other thing is saving, right?
Yes.
We had Stella Travels. We had two or more. We did the Gravel World Trip.
Yep.
Those groups or those companies give people the opportunity to pay for trips over time. That way, it's not a one lump sum trip.
Exactly.
And then Affirm is something I saw as of recent, like maybe of last year, that allows you to pay for your plane ticket over a series of payment plans. If your families have timeshares that leverage points or, that can be converted into miles, leverage that. There are so many resources out there to kind of help us travel that, there's almost, lack of a better term, no excuse to not get out. You know what I mean? So, thank you again. So tell us how we can find you and, and stuff like that.
Okay. Told you I'll talk about it. So, okay.
Just keep it short. Just keep it short.
F4 Dine Peace. That's AFUS Dine, DINE Peace, PIECE. Follow me on Instagram. Real quick, one thing I do have up. So I am having a sale. I do have a side business called Nubian Bull. We are selling shower gels. It's a clearance sale, coronavirus clearance sale. So make sure you check me out. Hit me up. Please, hit me up if you have any questions and everything. And I look forward to doing more of these things. This is a great thing, especially as Black people. I love how Black people are now just exploring the world, this beautiful thing. So just we can continue to do that. But again, F1 Dime Peace. hit me up on Instagram. You're going to see more of me, and it's awesome. And I do appreciate. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. This is awesome, and yeah.
All right, thank you for joining. You have a good one, all right? Corona
Thank you, you
clearance.
too. Thank
All right, take
you.
care.
Thank you,
Peace.
you too.
Another dope conversation. Keep traveling and stay safe. Until next time, peace.